in that interview, we got the swatter to admit that he did the crime. And the Drama Alert news team worked with authorities, got the guy arrested, and he had to plead guilty, or he took a plea deal because he couldn't say he was innocent because he admitted right here on Drama Alert that he did the crime.
H3H3, you looking pretty bad right now, bro. You looking very, very bad, man.
Yeah, baloney, ballin' on the rim, you could call it Kobe. Up out my face, quit acting like you know me. I came from the struggle, I'll get you out the muscle.
Y'all know who it is. It is your boy. ItsAGW, and today we are reacting to Ethan Klein, Detached from Reality, H3H3. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I've seen the videos on H3H3 part, and it's just a waste of my time. I'm not gonna pick sides because I don't want my channel being taken down. I heard about this thing about their channels getting took down because of their opinions on the whole drama. And I'm not gonna take any part of that because I don't want my channel getting flagged. I don't want it getting demonetized, so I'm not even gonna risk saying my whole opinion about the drama. You know what I'm saying? But what I can say, this is gonna be a very lit year. You know what I'm saying? Even though the virus is going on, man, I'm telling you, beauty is always around the corner. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe. Remember, on the way to 200 subscribers, I'm uploading every single day till we hit 200 subscribers, man. But besides that, let's get right into the video, man. Hope y'all excited as much as I am. I've been waiting all day for this. I've been waiting all day for this.
What is up, Drama Alert Nation? I'm your host, Keemstar. Recently, I have been under attack by a very, very angry man known as Ethan Klein. He uploaded a video called The Content Nuke, where he said a lot of shit about...
Don't forget the fallout.
In fact, he accused me of rewriting history, when really... this man rewrote some history. A lot of stuff taken out of context. A lot of the story just completely not there. The narrative completely changed. In fact, we're going to talk about everything in that video in this part 2 of responding to this angry guy. But of course, if you see part 1 of me responding to Ethan Klein, one of the most disgusting things this guy did is literally accuse me of another person's suicide. And I'm sorry, H3H3, you, your fans, the hate mob that you have created with all this false... they can sit there and blame me for that over and over and over again, but I'm gonna take the word of the people that actually knew Etika in real life. His mother, his girlfriend, and his close friends that were highly offended that you would just dig up the grave of this man and use him as a pawn to attack me. In this video that Ethan Klein uploaded, the very first story he touches on is something that happened 5 years ago, when Drama Alert got a story wrong, accusing an innocent man of being a pedophile. He went through that story real fast and left out a ton of details. And I'm going to provide you full context of this story, but before I do that, first, let's talk about Ethan Klein himself and his own false allegations. Like, I don't know, remember the time when he accused 1.2 billion people of being rolling?
What exactly does the Catholic Church do except kids?
Yikes! Did he really say that? I gotta hear that one more time.
What?
Did he say that? Roll it.
What exactly does the Catholic Church do except kids? I mean, what exactly would you say you do, Catholic Church?
Wow. Well, Ethan Klein, let me just tell you firsthand. All right, the Catholic Church has done a lot of good. In fact, if it wasn't for the Catholic Church, I wouldn't be alive today. I was actually born in a place called Father Baker's Children's Home. It is something that the Catholic Church and Father Baker himself set up to help out orphans. My biological parents were too young to have me, and so instead of me being aborted, because they were Catholic, they had me. I was born in this children's home, and it saved my life. It is highly offensive to myself and 1.2 billion Catholics around the world. But that is not the only false pedophile.
I like how you looked that up. 1.2 billion Catholics in this earth. Are you serious, bro?
Allegations that Ethan Klein has put forth. In fact, he's made multiple videos on a man by the name of Patrice Wilson. And in these multiple videos that Ethan made, he insinuated and straight up accused him of being a... Roll it.
Looking like the nice neighborhood there, Mr. Wilson, with the lip gloss.
Hey, bro, you can't talk, bro. What's that on your wall, man? That ain't no genie from Aladdin. What is that on your wall, man? I'm not even gonna ask, man. I'm not gonna ask.
This image is pretty twisted up in itself. She's holding what looks like a phallic object, a little 8-year-old girl, and a big, giant black man.
What the?
Looking in on her, man.
What
it's
am I
like
looking at?
Blackzilla. This guy's got a weird fantasy, dude. Blackzilla, the little 8-year-old white girl with blonde hair. He likes it. He likes him white and blonde. Watch his face light up, dude. Because he knows he's about to have a good fat. Some fucking weird, obviously, guy's just like, get into my van. You know, your little daughter. That's what he sees. He's salivating. He wants to eat your children.
Wow! Now these constant attacks from
That was
Ethan Klein and his fan
a little
base,
too much, bro.
constantly calling Patrice Wilson a had a huge mental toll on him to the point that it pushed him to suicide. He wanted to upload a live stream so he could express himself and express his mindset and explain what this bullying and harassment has done to him. And when Ethan Klein saw this live stream, instead of thinking about the safety and well-being of Patrice Wilson after accusing him of being a he went and tattled on him.
Patrice Wilson, who's someone we had made videos before in the past, he's a little creepy guy, and they all have a bit of a vibe. So this was years ago. I don't know if the guy's actually diddling kids. I mean, how could I know that? But it's the insinuation. Started a live stream with our channel name in the title, H3H3. He changed the countdown to 2 hours, and he uploaded this video, and it scared the living Christ out of me. Peeking in the window of a 12-year-old girl.
But that smile, bro. That's a smile bro. That was a smile I had when I hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. You want to see how big my smile gets when I hit 200 subscribers? Share it, bro. You gotta.
Pretending to be Mr. Rogers. Okay? This is who's after me, writing Ethan in the description, dudes. Okay? And I wrote an email to my contacts at Google and YouTube, and I'm so embarrassed by that email because I was genuinely like, this is getting too weird for me to handle. And I think I titled it something like urgent, a threat against my life.
Damn, unbelievable, you goddamn tattletale. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the first time that you tattled to YouTube about someone else's video. But obviously, like I said, this had a huge mental toll on Patrice Wilson to the point where he came out later in a video explaining that the harassment that Ethan Klein put on him did this. Roll it.
H3H3, that name was in there because those were the videos that blatantly accused me of being things like pedophile. I eat children. When you say certain things, it can ruin everything they do. I get death threats every single time. People like, we want you dead. You bloody. After a while, it's taken into my head, and the whole suicidal thoughts there, like, kind of coming in my head. Maybe it would be better off if I wasn't here.
Unbelievable. I think you should reach out and apologize to him. And speaking about reaching out and apologizing, let's talk about this individual, Glory and Gold.
So sad.
Yes, we got a story wrong 5 years ago. But as soon as I found out that story was wrong, about 2 hours after it was uploaded, I completely took full responsibility. I exposed myself for getting the story wrong, uploading a video to Twitter explaining that we got this story wrong. I deleted the original video and I uploaded a completely new video that's still here right now on
I've seen it.
Tumblr,
I've already seen it.
explaining what happened and explaining that this individual was completely innocent due to
4 years
our
ago.
fault. I personally reached out to Glory and Gold to make amends, to make peace, to do whatever he wanted me to do because I felt so horrible about what this show has done to him. And he wouldn't accept my money. He wouldn't accept a trip to RuneFest. I was trying to do whatever I could to pay for what I did wrong to him. But Glory and Gold said to me all he wanted to do was be my friend. So that's what I tried to do. I shouted out his stream. I played RuneScape with him. I got on phone calls with him. You know, I was just struggling to do whatever I could to make amends for what took place. And Tony himself came out and said that he forgave me. Roll it.
But I want to tell my stream I'm talking to Keemstar. Every time I've ever talked to him, he's been a perfect gentleman, been really, really accommodating to me, been really, really nice to me. So seriously, since we talked the very first day.
Is that a cigarette?
Since some happened. When me and you talked the very first day, you were really nice to me. And like I said, I've always gotten the impression you're a nice guy. And I know
I'm gonna
that
smack that thing off his head.
You can be not nice, okay? But you've been nice to me, you know what I mean? And so what do I give a shit about anything else? You know, in life, you got to worry about how people treat you, not what everybody else's problems are. You know what I mean? Honestly and truly, I had some pretty big YouTubers want me to talk and want me to say this and that. And I told them, I'm not going to do that because you're asking me to lie, okay? You've been nothing but nice to me. You know, what happened over a year ago, who gives a shit? I mean, that's really the truth. And nobody should be mad at you because I'm not mad at you. Does that make sense? I have no problem telling the world that. If I made a bad mistake and it messed with you, I'd want you to get past it and I'd want you to forgive me.
But not only did Tony just forgive me for what took place, he was grateful that it happened because it resulted in him getting thousands and thousands and thousands of fans because of this happening.
But the truth is, though, in Keemstar's the best thing that happened to our show. That's the truth. Okay?
Yep, that's pretty much the truth. But if we could look at that again, notice the gentleman with the hat. Do you see that guy? That's Tony's old manager. And that is the guy who I communicated with throughout this whole process, throughout these 5 years, to directly speak to Tony because it was his manager. And when his manager seen how Ethan Klein covered this story, well, he had this to say. Roll it.
No,
Roll it.
Just Ethan, before you make a video about situations like this, please find out the backstory. He was very open, trying to talk to us and talking to Tony, and he was made a video 30 minutes late that he was going to make a video to promote the stream, all kinds of good stuff like that. I mean, he was really trying to make amends for what he did. The other thing is, we actually had a RuneScape account that was already set up for him to play, and we had a night where we had him actually play RuneScape. I mean, Keemstar playing RuneScape.
Oh, that is Tony's manager. That is Tony's manager saying that Ethan Klein got the story wrong. Wow. Now, I'm sure you've seen in Ethan's videos clips of me years later tweeting some nasty stuff at Tony, telling him that, like, I was done with him and telling him to just fuck off. There's a reason for that. Because Tony, after the wave went down of support, when his viewers got low, he started making accusations against me that I was sending hate to him.
There was times whenever, in September, that you rated him, and Tony said that you didn't rate him, and that's whenever communication really broke down. Yeah.
Which just simply wasn't true. In fact, Tony reached out to Scarce and tried to get Scarce to run a whole story on me that I was sending hate at him multiple years later, where Scarce just refused to run the story. Scarce got in contact with me and thought that Tony might be losing his mind. But years later, why were people suddenly starting to troll Tony or Glory and Gold? Well, because every streamer has trolls. But actually, there's something else that Tony doesn't want you to know about. He was involved in his own scandal. Listen to Tony's manager. Roll it.
Now, I will say there was other events that happened in many of these years that were other situations that Tony has been involved in, like catfishing issues and other accusations against Tony that were, again, other fuel to the fire for people to attack Tony. And that's where, I mean, there's if you're going to cover one thing that's attacking, or that was an attack on Tony, you might as well cover everything else That was an attack on Tony. You're reporting one thing and not everything else.
Yikes! Now listen, I'm not going to tell anybody the catfish story. Tony, that is for you to tell. You got to tell people why individuals years later after this incident would be in your chat calling you the P word, all right? You got to explain that story. You got to tell that story. I'm not going to tell anyone. I wronged you in the past. The least I could do is give you a pass and not explain that catfish story. But what I do need you to do is be honest on why people are trolling you and saying these things about you years later that has nothing to do with the video that I took down after 2 hours of being up and completely apologizing, completely taking responsibility 5 years ago. And Tony, quite frankly, I hope I have your attention right now because I need to talk to you directly. This is important. Recently, you've been saying, oh, I love the H3H3 fans and I love Ethan Klein. And Ethan is pretending to be your friend. He had this to say. Roll it.
He's threatening me. All of my friends can't wait to just dogpile on you. Yeah, well, I've got friends too, Keemstar.
Listen, Tony, Glory and Gold, listen to me. Ethan Klein is not your friend. He is simply using you as a pawn to attack me. And how do I know this? Because years ago, Ethan Klein made a video against Leafy is Here, talking about how Leafy was bullying an autistic man by the name of Tommy NC 2010. Ethan sent all this love to Tommy NC. He was acting like he was there and he was Tommy NC's friend. But let me just tell you, years after this took place, Ethan Klein has completely ignored this man. Look at all these tweets of Tommy NC, the autistic boy, trying to get Ethan's attention. Ignored and ignored and ignored for 5 years. Making videos pleading to get Ethan's attention. He's tweeting at him over and over. Ethan, I thought...
You know what it is? He's not verified. I don't know what it is. I don't understand why celebrities gotta be on a high horse about verification. Like, if you don't got verification, you're basically a nobody on Twitter. Like, I don't understand that. Why you gotta be verified to DM somebody? Is that the only reason to get verified? Is so you can DM other celebrities? I don't understand that. That's the number one thing I do not understand about Twitter. What is the reason for verification? You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
Oh, you cared about this autistic man. Why aren't you picking up the phone? In fact, just the other day, Tommy NC had this to say. Roll it.
Ethan, it's me, Tommy NC 2010. You defended me back in 2016. Then you made a promise to me you would come on my show. And basically what happened was you snubbed me. What happened? Why'd you snub me, man? Did you just forget about me?
What does snub mean? What does that mean?
I've DM'd you a bunch of times. So, what happened?
Yikes! Do you see what I'm saying, Glory and Gold? You're just being used as a pawn. And I know you're happy right now that you have all these views. Good on you. But Ethan Klein is not your friend. He's just using you like he used Attica's death. Ethan Klein, the video you uploaded on me was so ridiculous, filled with so many lies. It got so pathetic that you even tried to accuse me of being an investor in a CSGO gambling site. I've never been an investor in a CSGO gambling site. I've never been an owner in a CSGO gambling site. Back in whenever the hell these DMs are from, we were joking. We were friendly at the time. If Ethan Klein really thought I was being serious and I actually invested in a CSGO gambling site, why didn't he ask me what's the website? Because he knew I was joking. Why is this presented in 2020 as a real fact? Because Ethan's dishonest. Okay, now let's talk about this doxing. In H3H3's video, he had a big section about the doxing. The first person he accused me of doxing was Smile for YouTube. A serial stalker, a guy who would harass multiple YouTubers, who swatted me, swatted my family, swatted my moderators on stream. There is so much evidence of the wrongdoing that this individual did. I mean, just here's some clips from some other YouTubers. Kava?
But again, Ethan leaves out some incredibly important information just to make Keem seem like he was attacking this poor, innocent father who had kids in his house.
This is a man that's willing to endanger children over a petty internet beef.
And in reality, Smile for YouTube, the man Keem did dox, was the biggest scumbag in the community who harassed, doxed, swatted other YouTubers constantly, including Keem. And I know
Hey, listen, it doesn't matter if he's the worst person on earth, but you still dox somebody. I don't condone and I don't even know what doxing is till this day. I have no idea what that is. If you swatting somebody, like, bro, it's like, how can I say this? You can't make a right with a wrong, then try to make a right with a wrong. Did I say that right? Don't make a wrong with a right, and don't make a right with a wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of basically what I was trying to say. Like, you can't do that. Like, you still doxed him, you still swatted him. No matter if he's a bad person now, you still did that. You know what I'm saying? You just because he's a bad person, like, you still did it. You know what I'm saying?
Ethan fans gonna say, yeah, he mentioned it. He said that little comment.
Keemstar claims that Smile for YouTube swatted him first. And even if that's true, does it really justify leaking his wife's phone number?
You mean this tiny throwaway comment that no one picked up on or no one even cared about? That does not excuse Ethan leaving out all this information at all. In DMs to Basher, you can see him and Keem talking about Smile for YouTube. Basher says, "Good interview. Smile has been doxing us, swatting my mother multiple times, trying to trick us into large sums of money so he can charge back and screw us, and so much more for months and months." On top of that, in a live stream from 2016, Keemstar explains everything to do with Smile for YouTube and everything he's been going through.
Swatting video has proof of your doxing. Of course we tried to fucking dox Smile for YouTube. Smile for YouTube was harassing me on a daily basis. Who remembers Smile for YouTube spamming the chat with my personal information? Those that remember this,
you got a
witnessed
Samsung?
it, type a 1 in the chat. Who remembers Smile for YouTube sending me 40 donations a day here on StreamMe over and over again just to charge them back? Type a 0 in the chat. Who remembers Smile for YouTube DDoSing my stream over and over again for months on end? Type a D in the chat. Members during this whole time period, which was roughly about 4 or 5 months ago, all right, I mean, it lasted for a whole year, being swatted over and over again on my stream. Although, actually, I can't even say that because nobody on my stream would even know that I was swatted, because when I do get swatted, I get up, I leave, I answer the door, talk to the cop, and I don't want to give anyone the satisfaction of being swatted. So no one in the stream could possibly even know this.
That is from 2016, and it completely adds up. Here are some of Smile for YouTube's old tweets. Hashtag offline again, Keem. Someone is getting a new door in the AM. There are many more screenshots.
I don't know if it's me, but I don't know if it's the quality of this video, or I could not see the tweets at all. I don't know what's going on.
Lots of Smile for YouTube's old tweets out there and leaked. But yes, let's make Keem out to be the criminal, the one who didn't actually even swat.
And now one of YouTube's historians, Gamer from Mars, roll it.
He had turned on both Basher and Keem shortly after the now infamous interview. He began swatting Keem and his mods frequently, although he later tried to claim that Keem was in fact the one swatting him. As for Basher, Smile was reportedly trying to extort him out of $10,000, and if he didn't pay up, Smile threatened to murder him by sending a SWAT team to his house. Later he found Basher's mother's address and sent a SWAT team to her house on 4 occasions.
So why exactly was there a clip of me on stream sitting here trying to find this information? To report the criminal to the police, which we did. Me and my moderators were being harassed by this individual for months. I mean, this guy put my family in danger. And part of the attempt to harass me even more is, I don't know if he swatted himself or, I mean, this guy was in feuds with all these people on the internet. Somebody swatted him and he filmed it and blamed it on me. Next up, Just Destiny. Just Destiny was a YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers, and well, he got very, very angry because a 15-year-old boy over in the UK uploaded a video calling him a nunce. Now, I don't know if everyone here understands, but from the UK point of view, like, calling someone a nunce is a pretty common insult. But anyhow, Just Destiny got so angry that he wanted to talk to the kid's parent. So the first thing he did is file a false copyright strike on the kid. But he didn't just do that to take the video down. He had an alternative motive. He doxed the kid by filing that false copyright strike because the kid, in order to counter, had to give Just Destiny his real name and his email. And once Just Destiny got his name and email, he tried to go after his parents and tried to find his parents. But even worse, he sent a cease and desist letter to the 15-year-old, a legal threatening letter signed Just Destiny. And when I interviewed Just Destiny on Dromler, he took no responsibility. He just played the victim, and the harassment was not going to stop. So me and some YouTubers got together and searched to find out who this mystery Just Destiny guy was, and we found him. That's right. We found his Google Plus account that Just Destiny himself publicly put his own picture and his own name on. Again, this is something that Just Destiny put on the internet himself. Now, if you watch the H3H3 video, you would kind of get the idea, because H3H3 says I posted it, that I posted this Google Plus account to the world, to the internet. Guess what? I posted it nowhere. And to this day, if you search for Just Destiny's real name, you can't find it. It doesn't come up in a Google search, because the only person I gave that Google Plus account was to the 15-year-old kid he was harassing. And once he had that Google Plus account, the harassment stopped, and Just Destiny uploaded a full apology to the kid and, well, played the victim and said I doxed him. The interview with the swatter. Now, I cannot believe that H3H3 would even criticize me for this. We interviewed a guy who swatted a random house. A person died. In that interview, we got the swatter to admit that he did the crime. And the Dromler news team worked with authorities, got the guy arrested, and he had to plead guilty, or he took a plea deal because he couldn't say he was innocent, because he admitted right here on Dromler that he did the crime.
H3H3, you looking pretty bad right now, bro. You looking very, very bad, man. Very bad. Very bad. This response video, you said was the fallout. Listen, this is the revolution. However, whatever it's called after the fallout, I forgot. I don't know nothing about the fallout, the shelter. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about none of that. But listen, this is a mean comeback for This is a mean comeback for Keemstar, man. Very mean comeback.
Absolutely unbelievable that you would use that clip. Listen, Ethan. All right, this is getting out of control. You went after my sponsors, and now they're gone. And now, like, something like 6 sponsors of yours left you. But now, on, like, 4chan, they're going after everybody's sponsors. Look, me and you are rich. We'll be fine. This is gonna hurt the small YouTuber that depends on these sponsors. You gotta end it. And that's why YouTube reached out to me, asking me to put an end to this, and why they reached out to you, asking you. For me, this is it. All right, I'm not gonna keep this going on forever and ever and ever. I gotta get back to work. I gotta make videos for my fans. And by the way, to my fans, I see you. I see you in the likes, even though we're being spammed with dislikes. I see you on Twitter. Thank you so much for reaching out and defending me. And also, Angry Ethan, if you're still feeling mad and you're still feeling sad, I suggest going for a walk. Have a little run. I did the other day. Roll it.
Do you have any idea how fast I am? No, but guys, seriously, I figured I'd pull up the, whoa. Listen, everyone's been asking me if I'm okay. Trust me, I'm okay. But I was down, and when I'm down, I have to exercise. So since mental health has been kind of the theme of this, figured I'd share with you. If you're down, exercise.
That's what you need to do, buddy. Get some exercise. I guarantee you'll feel better.
You can't say that, bro. Bro, running around in a forest is not gonna cure everybody's. Man, Keem, you were doing so well, man.
But one last thing before I go. I did happen to take your full video, the 45 minutes, the Keemstar nuke. I put it in Sony Vegas, and I removed all the times that you lied or misled your audience. I removed every bit of it, and I rendered just the truth together that was left. And this is what was actually factual in your video. Roll it.
Evil. Very detached from reality. Evil. Very detached from reality.
That's it? Dang, out of that whole 30 minutes, 59 minutes of the video, that's the only thing you could actually render? Wait, what are you looking at, man? That's the end of the video. You know what I'm saying? We're on the way to 200 subscribers. Unless you're trying to hop on that subscribe, listen, smash that like, smash that subscribe button, man. We on the road, man. We not that far. It is your boy ItsAGW. If you got videos to send me, send it to my Twitter DMs or send them in the comment section. I want the video title in the comment section. You can send me the link in my Twitter DMs. But listen, I'm out, man.